I'm the ASMR psychologist. Welcome. Now, today we are going to be doing a personality test to help you determine whether you are an introvert or an extrovert. Now, it's important to know about ourselves, because the more we can understand about ourselves, the stronger position it puts us in to make changes if we need to. It also helps us to make decisions about the way that we live our lives, if we know what energizes us and what drains us. Now, you may already have an idea of whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. So, as we go through the test, don't answer as you think you should. Just think about what feels true for you. Some of the questions may be trickier than others, so just go with the one that you feel most drawn to. Okay? And then at the end of the test, I will explain how you can interpret the results, what they mean. So, if you're ready, let's begin. Okay, so question 1. You're planning a night out. Which option sounds more fun? Going out with a group of friends. The more people, the more energy you feel. Or B, dinner with your best friend. Just the two of you, sharing what's on your mind. Okay, that's good. Okay, next question. If you were forced to choose one, which would you choose? A weekend packed with social plans. Or B, a weekend with 0 social plans. Okay. Good. Right. Next question. As a student, would you rather A, participate in a lively discussion, or B, listen to an interesting lecture? Okay. Good. Now, next. So this is question 4. In general, after attending a large party or networking event, how do you feel? A, energized and ready for more, or B, tired and drained, even if you've had fun? Okay, I see, okay. Right, so, question 5. You've just met someone new. How would they describe you? A, outgoing, talkative and friendly. Or B, quiet, reserved and calm. Okay? Okay. Question 6. In general, which statement is most true for you? A, I don't mind multitasking, and I often do it. Or B, I like to focus deeply on one thing at a time, rather than jump from task to task. Okay. So now, question 7. You and a co-worker have a disagreement. How do you react? A. You don't hold back your thoughts. It's better to bring it out there right away. Or B. I become quiet in the moment, but may bring up the problem later. I often need time to process before I talk. Okay, good. Okay, good. Next question. This is number 8. As a child, were you shy or quiet? A. No, not really. Or B. Yes, often. Okay. Good. Right, now number 9. Let's say you wrote a poem. What do you do next? A. Show it to a friend or share it on social media. It doesn't matter that it's not perfect. The important thing is to get your ideas out there. Or B. Keep it to yourself. You don't share your work with others until you've perfected it. Okay, good. Right. Question 10. How do you feel about meeting new people? A. It's exciting and interesting. Or B. It's tiring and a little nerve-wracking. Okay, good. Okay. Right. Question 11. You need to vent about your terrible day at work. What do you do? A. Call someone. Or B. Text someone. Okay. Good. Now, question number 12. You find yourself home alone for the afternoon. What's your reaction? A. Restless. Do you call up a friend for a chat? Or B. Thrilled. You finally got a few hours to yourself. Okay. Yes. Good. Okay. So, 13. In general, you A. Answer quickly, as words usually are on the tip of your tongue. Or B. You need a moment to think before answering a question. Okay, good. Right. Okay, question 14. When it comes to concentration on a task, which statement is true for you? A. I don't mind if people interrupt me. Stopping to chat for a few minutes is a welcome break. Or B. I dislike being interrupted. I dive deep into my work, so interruptions really throw off my train of thought. Okay. Good. Okay. Question 15. When it comes to small talk, do you A. Dive right in? You can always think of things to talk about. B, hesitate. It doesn't come naturally to you. Okay, good. Okay. Now, question 16. In general, do you consider yourself a risk taker? A, yes. B, no. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, question 17 now. If you had to choose one vacation, which would you choose? A cruise, where there are lots of things to do and people to meet. Or B, a warm beach and a book, either alone or just with one other person. Yeah, okay, good. Now, question 18. Which statement is true for you? A, I have many friends. Or B, I have a few friends. Okay, good. Okay, just 3 more questions. Are you always up for trying something new? A, yes. Or B, no. Okay, good. And question 20. Which statement is true for you? A, it is difficult for me to listen for long periods of time. Or B, people tell me I'm a good listener. Okay, good. Okay. Final question. Which statement is true for you? A, it's important to me to be well liked, have money, and be seen as an important person. Or B, as long as I am living a life that's meaningful to me, fame, money, and status don't matter that much. Okay. Okay, good. So, that is the end of the quiz. Now, let's have a look at your results. There's no such thing as a pure introvert or a pure extrovert. We all fall somewhere in the middle. So if you think of them as a continuum with pure introvert and pure extrovert at the ends, we're all kind of in the middle here somewhere. And it may well be that in one situation we tend more towards introversion and in another more towards extroversion. So consider this when you're thinking about your results from this test. Okay, so if you had mostly A's, that means you're an extrovert. So you are very interested in your external world. You gain energy from socialising and being out and about. And you might feel quite restless and maybe depleted if you spend too much time alone. You think as you talk, and you're very good at expressing yourself verbally. And you're at your best when you're engaged outwardly. You are more inclined to jump straight into new activities, which is a strength because you can take the initiative, but sometimes it might be a little bit of a weakness because you might not think before you do. Okay. Now, if you answered mostly B's, that means you're an introvert. So you think from the inside out. You gain a lot of energy from solitude and reflection. You can be quite drained by socialising. You listen well and expect others to do the same, and you think first and talk later. And you can express yourself very well in writing. Now, we think that our tendency towards introversion or extroversion is determined by the way that we respond to dopamine, which is a brain chemical responsible for attention and focus and also learning. So it's quite likely that we're kind of born predisposed towards one or the other. However, our environment is still important here. For example, if an introvert is born into an environment that is warm and supportive and encouraging, where they're made to feel important and worthwhile, they may be inclined to spend less time within themselves. This environment may draw them out more, draw them more towards the centre of the introversion, extroversion continuum. Equally, however, if their environment is harsh and critical and makes them feel as if they aren't worthwhile, they will retreat more within themselves. And equally for an extrovert, if they are in an environment that is warm and supportive, where they're made to feel important, they may feel less inclined to push themselves forward, seeking out that validation and that attention to make up for a feeling of worthlessness. They will too be drawn closer towards the centre of the continuum. And equally, if their environment is harsh and critical, invalidating, they will push themselves forward more, seeking that validation to make them feel better about themselves. Okay, so that's the end of the test for today. I hope that it was interesting and that it was enjoyable as well. And thank you. Thank you for participating today. Hopefully, I will see you at the same time next week for more surveys, research and tests.